What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chisha Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Jaxn, Derrick Jaxn's ex-wife, just recently appeared on the Dear Future Wifey podcast. So in that podcast, she sits down with the host and shares some things about her marriage and even before she was actually married to Derrick Jaxn. As you guys can probably guess, Derrick Jaxn had not only been humiliating and cheating on his wife during his marriage, but also prior to their marriage. She shared a lot. The interview's like an hour long. I actually wanted to listen to it before I got on here and spoke about this specific topic because of two reasons. The first one is I didn't want to guess, right? I had a good idea, and what was that? Well, I figured that Derrick Jaxn was a cheater, is a cheater, and has always been a cheater.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
And of course, I was then wondering if she would confess to that and also talk about her role in their marriage of choosing to stick by his side, even though he cheats and has shown that he will not stop cheating. When people hear me say that, I know the first thing they think is, well, Chisha, don't you encourage women who are with men who might cheat or there might be infidelity to work it out if they can? Yes. I have said if it's a situation where 10 years, 20 years, or even 5 years, or this person has never done this before, there are people who are willing to forgive that. In fact, the truth is, there are a lot of women who do actually forgive infidelity. That's it. The women who are frustrated and are like, no, I'm never dealing with that stuff again, dealt with a man like Derrick Jaxn, who just couldn't stop cheating. In fact, it's worse than probably what everybody thought. Or if you guessed that he cheated from the beginning to the end, you were right on the money. She goes on to reveal how before they were even married, he was cheating continuously. She said she actually watched him have sex with other women on his phone, right? She checked his phone and saw actual videos of multiple women, him sleeping with multiple women. And listen, I don't know how many times I have to say this. No, I do not believe men should cheat on their wife or their girl. Now, does it happen? Yes, it does, right? Yes, it does. Is it worth fighting for? For some people, it is. In this situation, I almost wonder how she was able to deal with it for so long. So long. I mean, she literally described a situation where her and Derrick Jaxn were off and on before they actually got married. And she was part of his rotation, right? While dating him off and on, she was part of his rotation. This is right before they got married. She shared an experience of her walking up the stairs and meeting other girls who were coming back from his house. He had these women on a rotation. And why is this important? And listen, let me play it so you guys can understand for yourself. Let me play it. No more wasting time. Let's get it.
All right, so y'all lived in Raleigh around that time, moved to Atlanta.
Yeah, we moved to Atlanta, and we had already had that in the works. I had already transferred jobs. We just hadn't made the move yet, so it was just
y'all gonna move together at first,
right?
Even though y'all not in a committed, we're gonna use that word loosely again. Were y'all in the?
We were in technically a committed relationship when we were in Raleigh, North Carolina, living together.
When y'all was making the plan to move together,
right? When we were making the plan to move together, we were moving together like as a unit,
as a couple.
But we ended up falling out before then, and so while the plans were still on to move, I had already transferred jobs. You know, he already had whatever he had going on, and so made the move. My mom came down and she helped me drive down to Atlanta. I had my own little space. Anyway, we were still engaging sexually, even though we were off, right? And so it was in this time where there was a lineup of us. We were passing each other on the stairway in and out.
No, y'all was.
A lineup, she said, right? Derrick Jaxn had his wife to be on a lineup and rotation with other women.
No, I'll have a tea actually.
Nobody wants to drink that coffee, but hey, let's keep watching.
Listen,
no, y'all was not passing
you think this is a game?
You were not passing each other on the stairway. No, y'all was.
We were passing each other on the stairway. Like, this is my shift from this time to this time.
So, first of all, congratulations to her being able to do this and be honest. I think I didn't see this coming, right? I didn't think she would actually get up and talk about the situation. I'm assuming she didn't sign anything stopping her from doing that. If there are women who are in this situation, that's your sign. That's your sign that your man is most likely not going to stop cheating. Keep in mind, this was before they actually were married and they were on and off dating. He was cheating from the very beginning, it sounded like. Now, she had problems of herself in the past. She spoke about, abuse and things like that. But regardless, I think this is way too common with a lot of women, right? Because when it came to Derrick Jaxn, obviously the people around her and her should have seen that what they weren't dealing with wasn't somebody who, can work on things and become a better person in that area of his life. But no, he's somebody who started cheating, was cheating before they were married, kept cheating throughout the wedding. Now he's dating Instagram models and OnlyFans. These are the men today who modern women want to take instruction from. And guys, I'm not going to lie to you. Right? I'm not going to get on here and say, oh, you're not going to deal with infidelity. Oh, you're not going to have problems, men and women, in your relationships. Now, we've had discussions about how men and women cheat differently. This is not one of those discussions, right? There are other videos where I go into depth about that in specific, but I'm here to let you know that at least I don't lie. At least I don't lie to you. A lot of women will go through this and some will be able to work it out. No matter how angry you are in the comment section, say, oh, you shouldn't cheat, won't cheat. Men and the way that they are wired, it's not an excuse, but they're just more prone to be visually attracted to women. And if they are not careful and vigilant and practice discipline, and honestly, here's the honest truth. Here's what I really believe. I don't think most men today can truly be disciplined sexually without some type of religion in your life. I don't think most men today can be disciplined sexually without God. And why don't I like saying that? Because someone like Derrick Jaxn labels himself a Christian. And this is why I don't like getting on here talking about, shoving Christianity down people's throats. I honestly believe without any type of higher accountability than yourself in this life, if you don't actually fear something that's worse than just you, what's the reason for any man or woman to not cheat? It's hard out here, right? Find you a man, hopefully, who respects you, number one, has discipline, is willing to try and control himself, and you as a man should be willing to do. And the rest, you pray to God, because listen, the greatest men of the Bible have fallen. God is the only way.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
And it just frustrates me that this couple, including Derrick, paint themselves as like this Christian couple. And this is why you got to be careful out here. Look at people's actions and not their words. Now, you may think differently about the whole what it takes a man to be faithful. You may think if he could, he would, whatever. I'm not here to argue with you. Let's keep watching the rest of this video.
So, I was a willing participant in that. And this is like, I can laugh about it now, but it's really sad, to like, what space do you have to be in to accept that? And so I dealt with it already, so I could laugh about it now. And it's funny,
that's what healing looks like. Healing,
right?
You look back at your old self and laugh.
I'm just like, what?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, seriously. It was, I'm coming over at this time. I know such and such is going to be rolling through about, an hour and a half later. Yeah. And sometimes we went a little bit longer. So literally passing each other on the stairs, like out the door. All right, have fun, your shift, and
busting cheeks.
Literally.
Oh man, yo, crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Here's what's crazy here before I conclude. What's sad about this whole situation is Derrick Jaxn will still command the attention and trust of more women than people out here being honest about what a relationship look like. I can't help but just think of Kevin Samuels telling women, if you deal with a man who is highly sought after, a man who is in the top percent as far as earners, doesn't give him a right to cheat, but with access comes temptation, and every man's gonna deal with that, right? Not an excuse, but that's just the truth. That's just the reality of the situation. Then you have people like Derrick Jaxn who are like, no, a man should be loyal to his woman, to his wife. Stop messing with those F-boys, etc., etc. And right here, I'm sorry, man. I'm out, man. I can't do it. I appreciate you all for checking out yet another episode of the Coffee Pod. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.